Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. I see it all perfectly. There are two possible situations, one can either do this or that. My honest opinion and my friendly advice is this: do it or do not do it, you will regret both. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. Not to dare is to lose oneself. Prayer does not change God, but it changes him who prays. People demand freedom of speech as a compensation for the freedom of thought which they seldom use. Our life always expresses the result of our dominant thoughts. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. Don't forget to love yourself. The tyrant dies and his rule is over, the martyr dies and his rule begins. Face the facts of being what you are, for that is what changes what you are. Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. The highest and most beautiful things in life are not to be heard about, nor read about, nor seen but, if one will, are to be lived. Love is all, it gives all, and it takes all. What is a poet? An unhappy person who conceals profound anguish in his heart but whose lips are so formed that as sighs and cries pass over them they sound like beautiful music. Most men pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that they hurry past it. People understand me so poorly that they don't even understand my complaint about them not understanding me. Marriage brings one into fatal connection with custom and tradition, and traditions and customs are like the wind and weather, altogether incalculable. Boredom is the root of all evil, the despairing refusal to be oneself. Take away paradox from the thinker and you have a professor. Since boredom advances and boredom is the root of all evil, no wonder, then, that the world goes backwards, that evil spreads. This can be traced back to the very beginning of the world. The gods were bored, therefore they created human beings. Life has its own hidden forces which you can only discover by living. There is nothing with which every man is so afraid as getting to know how enormously much he is capable of doing and becoming. Patience is necessary, and one cannot reap immediately where one has sown. I feel as if I were a piece in a game of chess, when my opponent says of it, that piece cannot be moved. It belongs to the imperfection of everything human that man can only attain his desire by passing through its opposite. Personality is only ripe when a man has made the truth his own. How absurd men are! They never use the liberties they have, they demand those they do not have. They have freedom of thought, they demand freedom of speech.